Welcome to Limpopo, South Africa. I'm your host, Kyle Lamb, and this week on Viking Chronicles, we're going to be chasing the Prince of Africa, the Sable. I never thought I would have the opportunity to hunt Sable, but Yappy talked to me about it and he said, man, I think this would be a great opportunity for you to hunt Sable, and I was all in. Now, they all look big to me. Every one of them looks just huge, but the bulls that are mature actually start to turn black. They still have red ears, but they start to turn jet black.
Kyle actually spotted the sable bull lying in some shrub.
It's almost in the middle of the day, it's bloody hot.
I saw it's a big bull, but I didn't really see how big he was until we got up to him.
Well, then he turned his head and the rest of the horns pulled out from the bush that he was laying beside. And I said, that's a big Sable.
And we backed off and we strategized.
He's probably going to jump up when he realizes something is wrong. I'll walk with the sticks open. The moment he jumps up, I'll just give you it next to you and shoot him.
If we're 50 yards or closer though, I'm just going to shoot without the sticks.
If it's close, just shoot him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Don't shoot too high.
Yeah.
Rather shoot lower than too high.
Roger that. We had moved 100 or 200 yards up into that area, trying to see where he was at, and all of a sudden he stood up in front of us. He wasn't that far away from us, so we froze right where we were at. Hey, don't cuss. This is a family program.
Okay, sorry. My goodness, he's big.
And the wind was good and he stood there for the longest time. And I had Kyle up in the sticks and I'm standing here with the binoculars and we're waiting.
We waited and we waited and we waited, and I could hear this noise, and pretty soon I realized it was Yappy's heartbeat.
I couldn't control myself. I started shaking so bad I couldn't hold my binoculars. This thing was a monster, like 44 inches.
I thought, oh my goodness, if he's excited, this has got to be the right animal. He stepped out, I squeezed the trigger, had confidence. I'm shooting that Hornady 143 grain ELDX. That's their hunting bullet, and it's awesome ammo.
Again, shoot him again. He might come through here.
Within 100 yards, he was dead on the ground. I think he went down.
Good shot. That was a perfect shot. I think my heart was beating more than with that buffalo now.
That was good, huh? That was pretty cool, man.
Very cool.
Look at the size of that thing. When we walked up to him, we saw a little bump on his hide, and that bullet had went all the way through and was resting on the opposite side, so it had done its job. It didn't exit.
Look at the bullet.
There it is. So this morning we said, hey, let's switch from the 120s to the 143 ELDXs. I'm glad we did, because he's a thick bugger. I thought he was little because when he first turned his head, his back of his horns about this much was in the bush.
In the bushes, yeah.
I was like, oh, he's just a little one. But he was so black.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he turns his head and I'm like, yeah.
That's probably 14 inches or 12 inches around. Very symmetrical. That's what I like. They, sometimes you'll find they're like this or, a little bit crooked, but this one is just, it's got the huge curl, everything you want in a big Sable.
I mean, I never thought I'd ever get to shoot one of these, but this is just incredible. We had a magnificent trophy laying there and we started celebrating. But your heart was just going.
I was racing.
That was awesome, dude.
Tell you, when these big things get you still excited, that's what hunting is all about.